Big news coming in from the poll-bound state of Karnataka. Times now has accessed the National Investigation Agency charge sheet in the Shimoga-ISIS conspiracy case. The charge sheet that was filed on the 16th of March details the sinister conspiracy to turn India into an Islamic caliphate and carry out attacks across different parts of the country to destabilize India. Times now has exclusively accessed the coded conversations between accused Maaz Ahmed and the ISIS handler named Colonel in the charge sheet. Now, in these chats, the ISIS handler issues directions to the accused Maaz, asking him to learn to make Molotov bombs, saying that this was crucial to carry out guerrilla attacks on Indian territory. The handler also tells the accused that the aim was to turn India in its entirety into a caliphate and also, of course, keep the situation extremely volatile by targeting key industries. The accused were also asked to work in industries like the defense or the petrochemical sector so that inside information on these critical industries could be gathered. The accused were asked to also pick locations such as cloth markets, furniture showrooms, bus depots, etc. for these attacks to be carried out. Now, as per the charge sheet, images of the beheaded Prime Minister Modi as well has been found on the phones of the accused with words saying slaughtering you is faster for us than slaughtering a cow. So sinister designs of this particular ISIS module in Shimoga in Karnataka have bbeen completely exposed on the part of the NIA. We're joined currently by my colleague Deepak as well as Imran for more on this. But let me in fact go across to my colleague Deepak first and foremost for some more details that have now come to the fore in the charge sheet. Some extremely damning findings. Yes, Deepak.
Well, Siddharth, this is definitely quite big, especially considering the fact that, we've accessed this entire charge sheet which reveals various details about how, Sharik, Yasin and Maaz operated. Now, we should understand that there was a trial blast that was conducted in Shimoga, by the Tunga River. At that point in time, while there were protests over Savarkar, a person who was taken into custody at that point in time, through information that came in from his mobile phone, Maaz and Yasin were picked up, but Sharik managed to escape, and he eventually, of course, carried out the Mangaluru blast. Now, this particular charge sheet pertains to what happened in Shimoga and the connections that Sharik, Maaz, and Yasin had to ISIS and what sort of instructions were given. Some startling details, of course, you mentioned a few of them, have been mentioned in this charge sheet, where they talk about how these handlers, urged these individuals to be very close to organizations like DRDO, BHEL, BEL, probably try internships with them, ensure that, they recce areas with, rich Hindus. They have also asked them that, key industries, should be looked into and they should look to sabotage these industries in the country. We have also accessed some conversations which were, coded or encrypted of sorts. And this conversation between, Maaz and one of the handlers, which talks about creating a situation across the country like there is in Kashmir, bringing in instability, bringing in paramilitary to Muslim-dominated areas. They're talking about how they could help release some of the, Al Hind, workers against whom cases have been booked, and some of them are in custody. So this charge sheet is quite comprehensive in nature. The two people, Maaz and Yasin, have been charge sheeted in this particular case predominantly. Sharik, of course, there's going to be yet another bigger charge sheet that's going to come out because he's involved in the Shimoga, the Mangaluru blast as well. But politically as well, this becomes very significant, Siddharth, considering the fact that, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, the Congress president, had questioned, how the BJP, or rather how the government, and even questioned how the DGIGP
Absolutely.
could have called,
Deepak, just hold on for a moment. Let me also take this across to Imran as well, who's been tracking the developments in this case. Imran, the accused, some of the accused in this case were also known to be reasonably well educated. And what's really sinister is the attempt to infiltrate certain industries in India in order to create an extremely volatile situation after acquiring enough information from those industries on how to proceed forward with their agenda.
Well, Siddharth, we've shown about how Sharik had got trained in the microboards, chips, and other kinds of equipment which are required for making IEDs. According to the NIA chargesheet, there was a train in Mysuru, and we had also reported, my colleague Deepak and me, from various places where Sharik had got trained along with his associates. Now, Mysuru was very critical for him, where he underwent 6 months of training in the circuit, in motherboards, and all kinds of material which is needed for making IEDs. Now, the chargesheet which Deepak has got further elaborates, puts more point out the connection between these individuals had with the ISIS handler and the kind of radicalization they went on. Now, the chargesheet alleges that the online radicalization is what they happened, and they had a handler by name Colonel, and based on which directions all these activities were being carried out. Earlier too, when I had interviewed the Sharik's family, they had told us that to write that earlier, this first came to notoriety when they had painted for support of Lashkar-e-Toiba in Mangalore, and for which he has paid money, and the family had confirmed that he had got money to carry out these activities. Now, these are the investigations which is now chargesheet is putting much more for. As Deepak was pointing out, Sharik is one of the main accused. Now, his chargesheet will be much more elaborate as to kind of indoctrination happened. Just to jog our viewers that his after the accident in Mangalore with cooker blast, yes, he had lost his voice and he needed to be operated. So it took a long time for the police to treat him first, and now his interrogation happening. Recently, he was taken out for taking out the Mahajar in several of the areas where he had gone to Mangalore for recce and other places. So once those details will come out, it will be furthermore exhaustive information as to what kind of role played by Sharik and others, and especially the handlers sitting abroad.
Okay, Imran as well as Deepak, stay with us. Let me also go across to my colleague Ziad, who's at the news studio in Noida. He'll take us through certain excerpts of the chargesheet that has been filed by the NIA. Yes, Ziad.
Yes, our colleague Deepak was referring to the conversation between one of the ISIS handlers by the name Colonel and the accused Maaz in this particular case. I'll quickly walk our viewers through that coded conversation that is part of the chargesheet that was filed on March 16th. Now here's what it says. Now this is the direction that were passed by ISIS handler to accuse Maaz. What does it say? Our aim to be a professional mujahid who is up against professional armies and intelligence agencies. Further, it says, crucially, as work increases and there will be regular operations, whole of India will become like Kashmir. There will be paramilitary and police everywhere, especially in Muslim areas. And then it says that the Al-Hind have cases in multiple states. They take them to different courts, especially between certain place and Bengaluru. Once you guys become experienced enough, you can do an operation and release them while on the way. And further it says that you have to learn to make Molotov. A YouTube link was shared, and the ISIS handler told the accused that this is called Molotov and you have to learn to make Molotov because this is essential skill for a guerrilla fighter. Now crucially, towards the end it says you don't have to fear anything. You would become a source of terror. I would prefer you would be working in the high-tech industry, something like defense products or petrochemicals or chemical, etc. You would need a cover in any case. Being in a critical industry would give us insider knowledge of how to sabotage these industries, which form the backbone of any nation. So clearly a sinister plot.
Yes.
To target different...
Thank you for taking us through those experts. I would urge you as well as Deepak and Imran to stay with us. Let's also in fact tune into some reactions that had come at the time that some of these arrests had been made. Politicians at that point in time had been quick to question the Bengaluru Police Commissioner for terming the Mangaluru blast accused Sharik as a terrorist. The charge sheets now that names him as an accused number 1 also reveals how he was instrumental in radicalizing several youth.
Sir, there's a charge sheet filed in the Mangalore case, sir, saying those who are arrested in Mangalore cooker blast case are linked to ISIS, sir.
I don't know about it. Let me look at it.
The Bharatiya Janata Party has also now weighed in and slammed the Congress and accused the Congress of indulging in what they describe as minority appeasement politics, even when certain members of the community make or commit crimes of the kind that have been exposed in the charge sheet.
The Congress leaders with terrorists. Earlier, he told in Bangalore, whoever sometimes, if we get caught by somebody, particularly Muslims, what he was telling, they are my brothers. Because of they are your brothers, we cannot safeguard the Muslims. If they are terrorists, we have to punish them. Congress always go with minorities to please them for the vote bank only. This is not their real face. It is a vote bank politics what they are doing.
Well, we're currently being joined by Mr. Shahid Ali, advocate, and also Mr. Mithun Vijay Kumar, political analyst. For more on this, Mr. Ali, coming to you first. What do you have to say about some of the extremely incriminating findings in that NIA charge sheet, especially the focus on the fact that the ISIS has managed to embed itself within Indian society and was looking to carry out attacks in India with the ultimate objective of converting India into some kind of an Islamic caliphate? What's your response?
First of all, I would like to say that ISIS cannot penetrate in India. Absolutely cannot penetrate in India. I am repeating my words. Because Indian Muslims loves India a lot. Indian Muslims, their faith is that they have been taught like that their half of the iman is if they will love to India, if they will die for India. Therefore, Indian Muslims cannot allow any outsiders or any ISIS kind of people or the terrorists penetrate into India. Now, as far as the allegations are concerned, which you are saying that the evidences will be marshaled before the Honorable Court. Now, if after marshalling of the evidences, if the verdict will come, then you may say that there were the evidences and these persons or these people were falling to their prey. But until unless the judgment comes from the Honorable Court, I think this will be a comment in haste to say that these persons are involved in these kind of things. I'm not saying that these persons are not involved.
Okay.
Because our investigating agencies have filed a charge with the court.
Yes.
Therefore, prima facie it appears that there are the evidences. But until unless these evidences are marshaled by the Honorable Court, the truth will come out only thereafter. So
okay.
my suggestion is that till then, I think we should not give such kind of verdict that these people are such and such.
No, nobody is pronouncing a verdict. This is, at the end of the day, a charge sheet, an elaborate charge sheet that's been filed by the National Investigation Agency, which will have to withstand judicial scrutiny eventually, if at all these people have to be convicted. But let me come back to Mr. Vijay Kumar now. Mr. Vijay Kumar, while of course everybody is innocent until they're proven guilty, the fact of the matter is that the Ministry of Home Affairs and also the NIA, at least in a lot of cases, has managed to actually secure convictions. And even in the case of the PFI, which is not related to this specific case, I'm talking about a separate case, the ban on the PFI imposed by the MHA was eventually upheld by a UAPA tribunal led by a Delhi High Court judge. So therefore, the track record seems quite successful.
See, the details that you have shared are really frightening, and it's very surprising that even at this point we have people who are questioning the the efficiency of our investigation agencies. NIA's conviction rate is above 95%. So if they have come up with some evidences or if they are revealing something, it is for sure that these people have done something wrong and they will be convicted later. And so let's go with that assumption. And I don't doubt the efficiency of NIA at this point. See, I've always said, and I reassert that, the Congress and the entire left ecosystem is making it easy for the anti-national elements to plan and execute their activities inside India. And we have seen that, in the PFI case as well. The moment NIA or any agency takes a step against the anti-nationals, the timing is questioned first, followed by a, whitewashing narrative that paints everything as RSS agenda. Now, you see in this Mangaluru blast case, what happened first? DK Shivkumar was the first one to question the integrity of state police. Now that NIA has decoded so much of information, will DK Shivkumar apologize to Praveen Sood, or does he, will he wait for the
point as to why such questions
verdict?
were made in the first place. Yes, Mr. Vijay Kumar and also Mr. Ali, thank you for your perspective on this. We have to take a short break right now. We'll come back with more on the other side. Stay tuned.